afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Koi. How are we doing out there, cupcakes, on this gloomy, wet Monday afternoon? And you, Pine Tree Koi Pond. Yes, I see you. New channel, fairly low subscriber count. So get across there, guys and girls. Give them some input. Give them some support. Give them some encouragement. Drop them a comment. Give them a subscribe. Tell them the Twisted one, saying it will probably tickle them pink. Well, before I go any further, I'm not going to drag on about this, but I was going to do a video yesterday, but I just didn't have the fucking heart to, especially when I found out that there's other YouTubers out there slagging off my pond on TikTok, of all places, knowing that I'm not on TikTok. It's going to be an epic fail. It's a hash of shit. It's this, it's that. I'm not going to get monetized for this video because fuck you. That's all I'm going to say. I spent the last 20 years proving fucking people wrong, and I will prove you wrong again, because I tell you what, fucking pond is bomb proof. Anyway, that aside, Moan's out the way. I've been busy doing little bits and pieces. So what we'll do is, first of all, we'll go out here, because the front along block actually looks quite nice now, because when it comes to putting the polystyrene in the pond, I actually used less than I actually thought I was going to use. I mean, I estimated 10 sheets and I used 8. And I decided, right, well, we're going to clad the front along block and we're going to block off the side along the fence. So we're going to clad that and the front along block white. So I know I've still got another tube of silicone to finish off around the window, but what I've done is I've banged in a framework and I've also lined it with polystyrene. Now I haven't got the outlet holes cut out yet, and that's purely because I'm waiting for a piece of 3-inch pipe to do that, because I want a nice neat hole. But I'm really pleased with the way things are looking and the way they're coming on. And back to the pond build itself. One, I am forever eternally grateful to the gentleman Stuart who came round and did the job that I couldn't do. Right? And he did stay on camera on my video, as well as to me. I am not a builder. Right? We are shorter in this corner, and there is a reason for that. Because if you go back to the videos, there was a bloody great bit of footings there, which is part of that building. And the mortar on these buildings is flaking and crumbling. So I didn't want to run the risk. So we cut out as much as we could. So, but again, once it's mature, then the walls have gone green, you ain't going to see shit anyway. But yeah, back to that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward. See, I'm all over the fucking place today, and there's enough reason for that as well, but we'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, I'm really happy with the process that I've made and the point I am at in such a short space of time. Now, the sheet of OSB board that I cut up, I'm now going to use in long block for boxing in around the shower. Now, I have painted all the OSB, and I did pick up 3 lengths of CLS that I've painted black. I've cut some bits already, but let me spin you around. Oh, and even though we haven't got that section of the wall taken out yet, I've now got the planter started next to the Acer. So yeah, tell me that does not look better, huh? I haven't cut the returns in yet, but I will do that at a later date. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the way that's looking. And as we know, all this is all ready to go. So yeah, we are gonna go with the box weld liner. It's right, my gutter's dripping. I'm trying to get this area to dry out. I ain't ever gonna dry out until I can fucking get rid of that, but I can't get rid of that lot until I got the liner in. Once the liner's in, that lot can come the fuck away, and I can do it. Will just, you know, it is what it is. Once everything's sealed in, that can come down. But this area now is completely solid, and like I say, that lot there is still to come out. And what you got to remember is all this overhang here, it will be coming out as well up to about here, and then this blue plastic is going to be replaced for clear. But yeah, took a few of them slats out, and I've got the the second plant bed in, all in and compact and everything, while I was nibbing down this area to get it level. Managed to get rid of some bits down here to fucking level this area out a bit. They're on a treatment for white spot. These lot of blocks I've got to move up there. The bricks can get shot of. The pipe I've got to cut up because that's a job for the forest. Some of this has already started going into the trays in the long block for the shower, and as well as that, you will have all the CSM media out of the original shower that is running out on the front pole. So as we come into here, I've got these two top ones can come down now. In fact, all of these can come down for the minute, but that's the height of the shower there. And a massive thank you very much, and she knows who she is, for the donation today to help get me a little bit further along and up and running. And in that, I have managed to order today the last stack of trays for the shower, which will give me 12 in total. The two equal tees, because I'm joining both tempests up together, they need to be equal tees and not normal tees, because otherwise you won't get the correct flow going through both of them at the same time. Also, you've got to make sure that all pieces of pipe are exactly the same length on either side. So we've got that coming. We've also got the 2-inch non-return valve for the sump pump coming, and we've also got the 90 to go in the pond for the skimmer. So yeah, everything is ticking along rather well, I think. Ooh, state of my bonnet. Fucking hat hair for you. Anyway, let me spin you back round. So yeah, see, originally I was just going to have the stainless steel rod, but even with two trays, because these two trays have been done, and what I mean by done is they are filled. I have got to put a plate in here across the handles on this one. In fact, let me stick it in a second. So bottom tray, as you can see, this joint is sealed up. Now that it's all screwed together, and there is a bead of my Pond MS300 all the way around the joint, I've just got to put a little piece of plastic in there to seal that up, to make sure that I get no leaks out of there. And that is once these are done, plated and silicone. This one is done. There is a plastic gridding at the bottom of the tray, so there is a good inch gap between the bottom of this tray and the top of the media in this tray. Now I'm just waiting for the paint to arrive, and then we can get this all sealed up and leak tested. Once it's leak tested and I know it holds water, I can then start building the shower in situ where it's going to go, finished product. So yeah, I'm going to seal them together in twos. But as I said, go back to the bar, it is a really solid piece of stainless steel, but it has got a bit of flex in it. So what I've done is I've got some L brackets mounted into the wall, and then the bar sits on there, sealed in with a bit of my Pond MS300. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in there with the angle grinder, and I'm going to cut these tabs off, because the bottom ridge on here sits flush with the edge of that. So yeah, the plan is now I've got that sorted, before I get the angle grinder out and the fucking hell, the multi-tool, get the rest of these doors all panelled up, ready. I can actually get the bottoms done. I'm going to have 2 with that media either side, and the bottom one in the middle will be that media, and then the rest will be the CSM out of my original shower. So putting you back down a second. So the plan is now is to make the framework that both of the tempests are going to be sat to, which will also aid me in insulating this, because I can get insulation then down in between the framework across this front piece here and this piece here. Now there's polystyrene on the other side of this wall, so I don't need to worry, but I might put some on this wall because I can't really get to that wall out there, but I can get to that wall and that wall from outside through the fence panel. And like I say, I've got one bag of soil left to get rid of, but it's 4 screws. Pull that out, I'll slide a piece down there, put a piece back in there, wedge the fence panel back in place, and then it's once I've got a couple of dry days, get it painted, then that is done. Like I say, I could maybe with some washers screw a piece to the top, but that's about all I can get to really on that side. And then hey champ, and then it's just getting some in on this front wall. But yeah, other than that, it's potter around city. But yeah, I think once all this is taken down, this tree is now going to get trained to come over in front, and then I'm going to be doing the pom-pom tree on the other side of that one. But yeah, that's a roundup of what I've been doing and what I'm at the moment. So yeah, anyway, enough flip-flap, trip-trap and everything else you want to call fucking flapping your gums. And I'm going to put my tunes on, put my speaker on, and I will come back to you when I've got a bit of progress. Yes, there we go. That's better. There we go. That's better. Yeah. When the speaker's on, the other one. So yeah. Anyway, just had a good old chat with my man George. I had a new Roman Coy. Absolutely wicked little chat. Anyway, I'm going to get back on to what I was doing, and I'm 2 sets of trays down, so that's 2 bottom sections, and I'm going to create the 3rd bottom section because I know I've got more coming. At least then I know they are done and filled the way I want them. The only thing I haven't done yet, and that's put the extra little plate in over the gap that there is on between the bottom tray and the tray above, but I will do that in a bit. But 2 down, one to go. Let me spin you around. So yeah, there we go. Bead all the way around the tray. These are our stainless steel screws. So you got 2 in the front, 2 on the side, all the way around. Pins it in nice and lovely. And the little plate I was talking about is on these open-ended ones here, where you got that little gap. So what I'll do is I will put a little plate in there with some my Bond MS300, and that will be done. And I've got to do that on that one and that one, and I will have to do it on those 2 there because those 2 are open fronted as well, so get them on the bottom. But unlike these 2, I'm only going to fill the bottom tray with the new media. Once I've got the plate on here, I will then give this a wash through with the hose, just any shit down into the sump, just to give it a rough clean off for the time being. But yeah, they're at a point where I'm going to stop for a second and concentrate on the next 2. But we've got one Tempest mounted, and until I get the equal T's arrive, I cannot put the next piece in for the next Tempest. And it also then stops me from paneling it off, because I'm going to panel it straight up to the ceiling. So behind that Tempest, in there from the bottom of the wood all the way up to box that in, which will have polystyrene down the sides of the showers, and it'll probably take 2 skins in there behind there to insulate them there. And then once it's all together, there'll be a plate sealed in here to seal that area off as well, so then any water whatsoever is only coming out through the bottom of the tray and going absolutely nowhere. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have my 3-inch pipe coming out with the slots, but then I'm thinking maybe a 3-inch 90 coming up, a 3-inch 90 going along on both sides, and join it in the middle. So not only have I got slots on these 2 pipes here, but then I can put slots on this one here, because I know it's going to rise up before it goes out. So to accommodate that, as it rises up, it can then go into there, which will then go flushing out that way. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. So 1 Tempest in. So while I've got you here, right, Valterra 1.5-inch slide valve. Now usually if you wanted to connect this to 1.5-inch waste pipe instead of 1.5-inch pressure pipe, you would usually have to get a black sleeve that sits in there, which reduces it down for you. Well, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. See, what I've got here is 2 parts of 1.5-inch coupling, cut down the middle and then reamed out with the tool that Brayton sliced me up. I bet Pa's up there giggling his arse off as soon as it's his tool. Be surprised how sharp that little bit of metal is, I'm telling you. Ouch was an understatement. So what I've got is this. Now that sleeve, that coupler should I say, will fit straight into that, and you can solvent weld it as well. So that is going to get glued into there as far as it will go, and then that will be glued onto there. And that is about as far as I can go for the minute, other than moving the pump to where these containers are, because it will be sat directly under, which is why all the pipe work concerning the two tempests, from where it comes in at the pump to where it goes out at the top, will be exactly the same. Exactly the same. And then what will happen is you're going to have an equal T that comes up, it's going to come across the side and then go round and into the shower from this end. And then the plan is because this pump will only be running the biochamber and the cleaning for the tempest. So if I can get that moved from there, not only am I going to be able to panel it in so it looks nice and neat, but I can then move, once I know where the tempest is going, I can move this so it is bang in the middle of those two tempests, which will take it out of my way completely, because even with the second tempest in there, you know, I'm still going to be able to access the growing on tank quite considerably easy. So yeah, next job for me at the moment, other than getting the next bottoms done, once I've got them done, I can then cut a piece of wood to go in as the first section on there. Back in a bit. My little fruit bats, how are we doing? It is now, whoa, just gone 7 o'clock, and that's me finished for today. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with where I've got to right at this moment in time. I'm going to have to get Dave to bring the pressure filter down, because I think what I'm going to do is, for the last few weeks, and they're not getting fed anyway, I'm going to bang a pressure filter in front of the shower on the pool, so I can then get the other tempest in and hooked up where it's supposed to be, because I've already had notifications that the 4 containers to finish off the shower have been delivered, have been dispatched, should I say. I've had to move the sockets up here, and that's not where they're staying, because I still have to get 2 spray bars going through the bit of wood, but they're there for the minute. They're actually going to get moved to this point here. So yeah, let me spin you around for one last time today, just for you, Stubbsy. You'd spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, Stubbsy. Right, got you zoomed out. We've got a panel in. Oh, hey, we've got 1 tempest already mounted in place with the base slide valve on the bottom, using the coupler trick like I told you earlier. Now, once the equal T's get here, then I can then get the second one in, but the bottom tier of containers are all sealed in place now. This one and this one, this one and this one are full of media. This one, you can't really see much in there at the moment, but this one is 3/4 full, this one's empty like I wanted. So then when you look at it, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trays with the media from the shower itself, and it sits absolutely perfect. Like I say, look, everything butts up together nicely, and then I'll just silicone in a piece of plastic there just to seal it all off. And then, like I said, I can pack this area out then with polystyrene to insulate it. So yeah, believe it or not, there is still going to be a fair amount of space. I mean, I'm still going to be able to access me growing on tank, who are probably waiting for some food. You want some of this, boys? If I can get the lid off without skittling them everywhere. Yeah, we got there in the end. Left-handed and all. Ooh, there's one. There's two. And three. Four. Yeah, that's 4 of them. One of the pellet mix, same pellet mix that Ricky's using down on the Munger tunnel. So yeah, top them up just a touch. I'll leave that off a little bit until I finish topping up, because I know what I'll do. If I leave the lid down, then I'll just end up walking away and it'll end up overflowing. And yes, I should be on all night. So anyway, guys and girls, that is me for today. This has been a little pond update and progresses are making. And as always, guys and girls, don't forget, like, share, subscribe and all that malarkey. As always, I've been Twisted Koi. You lot out there, you know you're great, and we will see you tomorrow at New Forest Koi. Keep an eye out for a live.
That's all, cupcakes.
Yes, makes it all worth it.